Oh. Before I forget. All right. Left off last time, we had just found out that Mr. Seymour is a serial killer, and his mother knew this. I think we should, have words with her. Dig a little bit
Good
deeper,
evening,
you know?
Mrs. Fishburne. May I come in, please?
Of course. Dr. Reed. Does grow eyes in the back of that head, sir. What can I do for you, Dr. Reed?
Your son's gone way beyond simply bullying people. He has a taste for blood, and you know it, don't you, Stella?
One night, he told me straight up, in his own words. It was several days after one of his episodes.
Why did he confess? Did you suspect something?
No. I guess he wanted his old mum to help him fight his, demons.
Did Seymour tell you everything that night?
More than I could stand.
Ugh.
The words he used to describe his hate, his rage, how he feels when he's done it.
Tell me about these demons Seymour needs your help to fight.
Seymour used to be such a happy child. And he is still a helping son most of the time.
Huh.
But when he gets angry, he can hardly contain his rage.
All men and women are born innocent, Mrs. Fishburne. But there can be a monster within any of us.
Do you think he can be cured, Doctor? Do you think something can extinguish this rage inside my Seymour?
I'm afraid these demons, as he calls them, are just a delusional justification to distance himself from his actions.
There ain't no hope then. Somehow, somewhere, my son has turned into a monster, and nothing will bring him back.
Report him to the cops!
Stella, I know you are ashamed of your son's crimes. So why do you protect Seymour?
I can't report my own son, can I? Not a burden I could bear.
He's killing people!
How do you mean?
They'd hang him for sure. I won't send my only son to his death.
He's killing people!
The situation will only get worse. Someone has to stop Seymour.
If someone ever found the courage to speak to the police, I will take my share.
Goodbye, Miss...
That's old white women for you. I wonder if Kingsbury knows anything. I'd imagine he must.
Does grow eyes in the back of that head, sir.
He lives with the guy.
Evening, Rufus.
Evening, Mr. Reed.
Really? Huh.
So long.
Some call this the bad part of town.
Well, okay then. Do you know anything?
Welcome back. Good.
I imagine you can eavesdrop on them two talking about something. Do I have any new dialogue options with you yet?
Is that it?
Good.
I'm gonna... Oop. I locked onto them. My mistake. I meant to hit left stick. I'm gonna come back here after I get level 3 mesmerization so I can fucking kill Seymour and put an end to his horrific blood-soaked reign of terror and replace it with my own blood-soaked reign of terror. Let's go to Stonebridge. How does he hide the sword? Pretty sure there was a shortcut going north of here that brings you close to the Corpsatorium here. Alright, let's get this out of the way. Can't hit what you can't see. Ow! Didn't notice that one, huh? Money. The door over there. Oh, dungeon. All right. Stonebridge sewers. What do we got? Good old skulls. lit up like it's important, but doesn't do anything. Money. Some filthy, filthy shit-covered shillings. Money. Guys I saw earlier. Ooh. Extermination of the rodents. No mercy, no excuse, no forgiveness. These are some rules all members of the club shall apply. No skulls. When you face one, exterminate one. Vampire, creating skulls. Report them immediately to Fergal Bancha and to myself. Skulls are a permanent threat to us. For creatures have no control over their appetites or their primitive instincts. In the case when a skull can momentarily spare it as long as he can. Us really useful. Blah, 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 blah. Words. The Vampire Society does not like skulls either. Or side. Ah, that would be on the other side of the grate thing. What are you? Oh, you're just a normal werewolf. I thought you were unique. Normal werewolf. Or
someone who can read this.
Text and braille. No real use for yet, because we don't. Mesmer. Fires a code to be opened. All right. Fucking look at the werewolves in this game. Dummy thick. What the hell?
I have this thirst for blood.
All right. Came that way. Let's see what we can find. Other end of the sewer grate thing. If anything. I'm hoping it's a shortcut. In fact, it is a shortcut. Inevitably come back to do whatever that whole quest-a-rooney is about. If I had to guess, that's probably the door into the fucking secret vampire super special club hideout. Which I assume we will be, like, entering into as
It's locked, all right.
part of the main quest. I can't imagine they'd bring it up as many times as they have, and for it to not be significant to the MSQ. Got a new hideout.
I cannot enter.
Side this. Oh. Oh wait, no, we already found that. Yeah. Okay, this is that hideout. Cool.
My dear sister, I don't know if I have the strength.
How are these people holding a funeral in these conditions? Like there are zombies everywhere. Like, I should walk up to this funeral and it should be a bloodbath. I have to imagine the astronomical drop rates of crafting materials is part of story mode. Like, I highly doubt that the harder difficulties would be this generous with all the stuff.
This is despicable.
Then why do you keep doing it, Jonathan? Where was the... It was over here. Is that lady still actually gonna have the audacity to be standing here? No. He is gone. Alright. So she did in fact actually leave.
It's locked.
Locked. Go to Whitechapel to check up on her after I attend the funeral of the sister I killed.
I have this thirst for blood. Since I can't reveal myself to my mother now, I must find a discreet spot to attend the ceremony.
I am the resurrection and the life. He that believeth in me, though he were dead, yet shall he live. And whosoever liveth and believeth in me shall never die. We commend unto thy hands of mercy, most merciful Father, the soul of our sister departed, and we commit her body to the ground. Earth to earth, ashes to ashes, dust to dust.
Why kill my Mary and stick her here in this cold, god-awful place?
These are the legal requirements for the epidemic, madam.
Oh, Avery, I feel so tired. Please take me home.
Yes, madam.
Oh, Mary. What have I done? If I could only change one thing. One thing. This is a nightmare.
Jonathan, there is nothing you can do but accept it.
Also, you should have your eyes checked out.
What brings you here?
I thought you could use the company. I am so sorry for your loss, Jonathan.
I wish the tears would come. But I'm empty. And I feel a hypocrite.
Let your pain run free, Jonathan. Don't smother it. What you feel is your humanity. Don't be so quick to lose it.
She had been scouring the most dangerous parts of London in search of me. And it led to her death.
Jonathan, don't.
I still hear her last thoughts. They echo in my head. Her mind shattered, and it haunts me.
Jonathan, stop. Listen carefully. You must come to terms with this. You must learn to live with what happened.
I'm learning. Every night is a new lesson. What I am, what I must do to survive. But my sister, she shouldn't have suffered because of my weakness.
Don't you see? You're doing the work of our enemies, feeding your remorse. We are weakest when we grieve, and the guilt blurs our senses.
And so this is why you're here. To warn me. You felt this pain yourself. You too have endured this.
I don't want to lose you, Jonathan. I've lost so many friends. Loved ones I cherished. Pray for Mary's forgiveness, if you must.
You may be right.
Of course. I've stared upon this world for centuries, and time has taught me to deal with guilt, if not erase it.
What should I do then?
St. Mary's Church is not far from here. Go there and make your peace. Find the solace you need.
You want the vampire to go into the church.
No, Jonathan. It's you who wants to confess, I think.
Step away, sir. And off to church he goes, a newborn seeking divine consent to lick the blood from the soft and pointy crown.
Who are you? Make yourself known.
Newborn, you reek of guilt and pointless compassion.
You're a big un.
Forget your old weaker self.
What do you want from me?
Ascalon does not approve of lone wolves who bring unwanted eyes to our pastures.
So your name is Ascalon.
Ascalon's will is vampire law. Learn them, abide by them, or I shall return as your judge and jury.
You're a very big boy.
These immortals try my patience with their plans and unsolicited counsel.
But can you beat me? The answer is no. And hey, it brought me back to the place I irreparably fucked. Let's see how the townsfolk here are holding up.
Good evening, Doctor.
Have you any news of Nurse Crane and her dispensary?
It appears the dispensary is now a major source of contagion in Whitechapel. Someone should do something about it, but no one cares.
Goodbye.
You have fatigue. You. Where are you? Joe.
Just look the other way this... You again? Can I keep you...
Oh, I don't have any.
Have you recent news of Nurse Crane and her dispensary?
I saw her wandering the streets. Yesterday, I think. She didn't recognize me. People say she's lost it. It's a sad story.
Oh.
Goodbye, Miss... Fancy you never... Right then.
Like both of those. Gonna need them. Oh.
This is despicable.
He's gone.
It's locked, all right.
That's delectable. I should have just told her to resign. I feel bad now. Let's deal with the skulls in here at least. Is that... Oh, that's him! He went in here looking for, I mean, I'm pretty sure that's him. Oh! Dorothy, you turned... Oh, God! I totally fucked up. I should have just told her to resign. Damn. I assume this key opens this door. Or drawer, rather. Treatment for headaches. Oh, it's a bunch of different, bunch of different treatments and a bunch of different ingredients. All right. It was worth it coming back here. I feel bad though. Didn't mean for her to end up like that. Wonder if I got any... I wasn't really paying attention to what it was giving me. I wonder if I got some free...
Joe. You again?
Can I offer you?
Keep you...
I did.
There is a thin line between pride and stupidity, sir. Please take this medication. You'll feel better.
All right.
Good.
Good evening.
Goodbye.
Most of them don't speak English. How am I supposed to interview you?
Yes? What is it that you want?
I'm sorry to disturb you at such a late hour.
No worries, my son. I'm still quite awake, having just returned from a funeral.
Yes, I know. I've forgotten what I wanted. I don't know.
May I help you, child? You seem somewhat perturbed.
I haven't the strength to cross the threshold. I wish to pray, to cleanse my soul.
The church is shut by order of the bishop, but But I'm still the vicar of St. Mary's, if that is any use to you, my son.
You seem to me a good soul, Vicar. But this is a personal matter.
There are no secrets from God, my son. If your heart needs comfort, consider me your chapel. For I can be as silent as stone.
This is a private concern. This is a private matter.
I've words for one departed. They're not for living ears to hear.
Your eyes burn with rage.
Fact, they're completely bloodshot.
I am here to lighten the burden of all God's creatures. Whatever you tell me is between us and the Lord.
Very well, priest. As you seem quite adamant.
Open your heart, my son. Tell me what burdens you. With whom do you wish to speak?
She was my sister.
You seem so troubled by the loss of this girl. What happened to her?
It was an accident. A terrible, terrible accident.
I see. And how are you feeling, my son?
She died because of me. How do you think I feel?
I have a final question for you, my son. This is of the utmost importance.
Ask your question, Vicar.
What would you like her to know?
I'm so sorry, Mary. I promise to find who is responsible for all this. I'll put an end to this horror.
You have been heard, my son, and your burden will lighten if your words are sincere. Go in peace now, and live your life in the way she would have wanted.
Oh.
Whatever happened on this dock is between my sister and I. It does not concern God at all.
You are dead, but you look like a unique guy. Oh! Don't know where you came from.
Crush the limit! We have to stop it!
believe I'm doing this.
Let's go. Scarf. Indian pattern. Ah, that must belong to what's her face? I hope. Nothing else here. Can I open this door? No. Let's go back to Whitechapel then. Again. Drop it off with her. Speak of the devil. I think I have something of yours.
Could this be the scarf you lost, Miss Popper?
It is much more than a scarf to me. It is the only thing that connects me to my family and my country. Thank you so much.
Hint failed. What? Hint failed. What? What?
Clayton Darby claims he will expose the crisis in Whitechapel to all of London. Do you believe him?
I believe Clayton's courage will erode with time, until he finally leaves Whitechapel to start another fight somewhere else.
Why this skepticism?
How can you speak about starvation if you've never been hungry? Or about poverty? Or anything else you have never suffered from?
Now, you realize he is a black man in Victorian London, right?
Are you talking from experience?
I've seen your type come here to get a good fuck in a cheap room or a dark alley before going back to their fancy houses in the West End.
What do you
Oh.
know about Nurse Crane and her dispensary?
2 girls I know went to the dispensary yesterday. Nobody has seen them since. I worry about them, in case bad things happen.
Oh.
Goodbye, miss.
I mean, hopefully with her ghoul form dead, maybe things will start to look up. Is that okay? That I think is just part of like a. It looked like a weird texture there for a second. Combo here. Didn't notice that one, huh? Hello.
Fear be gone. I would harm no child of my making.
This is your doing. You made me. Made me this creature. What are you?
I am the land. You are our champion.
Riddles and rhymes.
Oh.
You took my life. Now you insult my mind.
Be stilled, my child.
Audio's like
I bring
cutting out.
understanding.
What is it you seek?
This age is sickly. An ancient poison, an older rage, brewed.
Like, not even the audio, like, the dialogue is, like, cutting out every now and again.
Has something to do with the epidemic.
Seek truth, my champion. Defeat the serpent of knowing with iron spur. I've had enough of others making decisions for me, pretending to know how I should feel or behave. So the vampire who made me is some sort of disembodied entity? Or was he just projecting this vision in my mind? Maybe Edgar can help me with this one.
You are a coward blinded by fear. You've been... God protect us. You've got a leech in the hospital.
Yes, my hospital. My mission is to heal while you go about warring.
You've set the table for a snake. I wonder why there's venom in your food.
I'm growing tired of your song. You're a woodsman, McCallum, not a doctor. Return to your hunt.
Remember, I've a good nose for machinations. I can flare the scent at a mile. You can't hide from the guard.
Leave him, Jonathan.
No.
This is sacred ground. Neutral territory. And I just had the carpet cleaned. By the sacred stole, this is very bad news. Bad news indeed.
What happened?
The hospital has been attacked. We have injured patients, at least one dead and several missing. This has spiraled out of control.
Huh.
Even the most infirm are asking to be allowed to return home.
We cannot have the people lose faith in this institution. This hospital is their only hope.
Of course, you're right. But we cannot afford a public scandal. It would ruin us. We must restore order, and quickly.
You mentioned a dead patient. Who is he?
She, Jonathan. She was Miss Harriet Jones.
Oh.
I found her room like a slaughterhouse. Blood everywhere. The duty nurse is taking care of the mess.
Very well. I'll help you.
Jonathan, please. I can't rely on anyone else. And this concerns you as it involves vampires. Someone has taken advantage of our more liberal tendencies here.
In what way?
Jonathan, I may turn my head when you or her ladyship indulge, but I will not allow this place to become a nest for street feeders.
Please then, tell me.
Sean Hampton, the man we thought we'd saved at the docks.
Oh.
It seems he was infected after all.
So Hampton became more beast than man.
Exactly. And now Guard of Prewen suspects the hospital of vampire activity. Do you realize what that could mean for us?
Rest assured, I will protect you and your staff.
McCallum is a fanatic. The Guard will stop at nothing. You don't know what they're capable of, Jonathan.
Very well.
Since I brought Mr. Hampton here, I will put an end to this.
Interesting.
Sean Hampton lives and breathes for the well-being of his flock. There's no other place he would go but the docks.
You see anything?
Good evening, Miss.
Not well. Eternity.
Mr. Elwood,
His blood.
is there anything you can tell me about the recent commotion here?
Many things can happen under cover of night, Dr. Reed. But I took no part in this massacre.
But did you see or hear anything?
I can't say I did. But the smell of fresh blood almost made me faint, Doctor.
I'll be back in 2 seconds. Ugh. All right. Whew. Everybody's still recovering, so no one's like injured.
I'll leave.
Like in a way that requires me.
What on earth happened here?
Oh, Sean, you've been a bad, bad boy. Blood quality. No. I take it that's, what's her name?
Oh, Jonathan, I cannot believe my eyes. Poor woman. Butchered by some savage scowl.
Can we share this meal?
Yes, and I'm afraid I'm at least partially responsible. The man, the scowl, I brought him here.
Jonathan, how could you say such a thing?
Forgive me if I feel despondent, for there seems to be no end to the suffering and death that surrounds us.
I'm always here for you, Jonathan.
What do you know of Ascalon? I was threatened by a creature, a vampire in Whitechapel, stating I had to obey the law of conduct.
What more can you tell me about him?
He was bigger than a man, huge in fact. He seemed to radiate violence. I thought he was going to tear me apart. Then he vanished.
Fergal, the executioner of Ascalon. You were fortunate he was not after you, but rather out doing his master's bidding.
What is Ascalon?
The Ascalon Club are the most powerful vampires in Britain and exert tremendous influence. Take my advice and stay well away.
Have you embraced this woman, like the other patient, this Mr. Renfield?
Her name was Amelia. And no, I did not kill her. I vowed a very long time ago that I would never take another life, unless they ask.
Is there sufficient vitality in the blood of the sick and dying patients?
Yes, Jonathan. The hunger gnaws at me every waking hour. Frankly, I'm starving.
Temptation surrounds us. Rich, vital. How can you resist?
Over the years, any pleasure I once gleaned from feeding is long gone. I drink for sustenance. And though I still thirst for more, I restrain myself.
I have experienced a certain difficulty when faced with holy symbols or trying to enter religious buildings. Have you?
Now that's quite a question. I don't know why, but yes, it has happened to me.
Is this a sign? The hand of God in action? Are we repellent unto heaven?
I don't have the answers, Jonathan. But I believe superstition and magic is just fact awaiting the lens of science.
You're a vampire.
Aren't you frightened?
Very little scares me, my dear. To be compelled to avoid symbols of faith does not concern me.
Thank you, my lady.
Perhaps I should have considered the offer from that captain.
No, you shouldn't.
Good evening.
Good evening, Doc.
What can you tell me about the recent commotion in the hospital?
Someone killed Miss Jones in her room, and Mr. Hampton's gone missing. Doesn't take a genius to piece it together.
You don't seem shocked by any of this.
Why should I be? Whoever did this must be long gone by now. And besides, he got rid of the old bag.
I'd like...
Wise choice.
You still got nothing.
And I thought last time I was
Good evening.
Doctor,
Can you tell me anything about the recent commotion in the hospital?
it's a tragedy, pure and simple. The hospital is meant to be a safe haven to all. We failed the people who trusted us with their care.
Do you think I should not have brought Mr. Hampton back here?
It's not your fault. You rescued that poor soul. It was the Christian thing to do. But we should have noticed his instability.
Goodbye.
To the docks. Oh, you're a level 16. Not even a splash. No, no, no. Try that again. There we go. I've already been in there. Never mind. Nope. Train passing overhead. Still telling me to meet Swansea at the hospital, which is just objectively wrong.
Without the wet boots keeping.
Good evening.
Hello again.
I'm looking for Mr. Sean Hampton. Do you know where I could find him?
The sad saint. I heard he was mugged or something.
Yes, he was. But he left hospital recently.
You don't say. Well, I suppose it's good news for the homeless and the useless. Ask them, they must know something.
Goodbye.
Oh, what is going on?
Mark my word.
Oh, is that Dyson?
These murders.
Not a drop of blood left in his body. This is the work of a vampire.
You're a new guy.
I'm a tracker of
Oh no, that's Dyson. Who the hell's this?
a vampire hunter.
You best be hunting then. For if the sewer dog is back and hunting all these poor folk, he needs a catching.
A sewer dog. What's it look like?
It's an old story. A monster with daggers for teeth and icy claws. He comes of a sudden, nighttime, claiming innocence, then vanishes.
Teeth, claws,
Good evening,
murders
Mr.
by
What?
night.
Oh, you're that doctor.
I'm looking for Mr. Sean Hampton. Do you know where I could find him?
I really don't know. I heard he'd been abducted, and I don't know if he's back.
Who could tell me then?
About the sad saint. I'll try asking Tom Watts about him.
Goodbye.
Alright, you're new.
Good evening, sir. Have you witnessed any suspicious activity or strange events recently?
And what do you define as a strange event? More to the point, who are you?
My name is Ichabod Throgmorton, vampire hunter extraordinaire and warden of the East End.
A vampire hunter? Really?
I know what you're thinking. I'm just another lunatic howling at the moon, but I'm not. The bloodsuckers exist, and they're close.
Mr. Throgmorton, I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. I'd like to hear more about these vampires you're hunting.
A man of science? Well, I'll be glad to enlighten you.
Well, let's ask you some questions.
Tell me about this neighborhood.
Did you hear about what happened to Jack Gillingham? Oh boy.
Who?
It's a shame I wasn't around to protect him.
It's impossible to protect everyone. The violence seems endemic in this part of town.
But it's my duty. I am convinced Jack Gillingham was killed by a vampire. These evil rodents are spreading like a plague.
So, how exactly are you protecting these people? I'm curious.
I patrol late at night, investigating anything unusual. I try and encourage people to stay indoors, but people are careless.
Can I help in any way?
Actually, yes. I plan to put up posters to alert the population to the vampire threat.
Are you asking me to paste posters about vampires around the docks?
If you wouldn't mind. If you did that, then I can focus on my patrols.
How do you identify a vampire?
It's simple, really. They can't stand daylight. They're afraid of garlic and holy symbols. They also cannot enter a house without being invited.
You're like half right.
Killed one of these creatures yourself, I mean.
Of course I have. What kind of question is that? It's a dirty business, believe me.
Have you heard of the Guard of Priwen?
Of course. They're dedicated hunters. A little militant for my taste, but they do let anyone join.
Were you ever tempted to join the Guard yourself?
I did think about it, but I'm more of a silent hunter. They're more of a sanitary militia.
So you hunt alone? That sounds risky.
Vampires are just like every other predator. They hunt when they're hungry and follow certain patterns. It's just a matter of observation and patience.
I'm looking for Sean Hampton. Can you help me, Mr. Throckmorton?
The sad saint? He should be at his night asylum at this hour. But I cannot tell you how to find it, sorry.
Really? Why is that?
It's nothing personal, Doctor. I'm sure your intentions are good, but people who sleep there, they have plenty of reasons to hide.
I could make you tell me, but I respect your refusal. You really believe Sean is a saint, don't you?
All I will say is this. Gossip has it that when he was a child, he was molested.
Oh.
By a priest of all people. Funny thing is, though, it only strengthened his faith.
Maybe at least you can tell me who could help me find him.
Tell you what, go and chat with Tom Watts. He's a bartender and good judge of character. If he talks to you, then it's fine by me.
Goodbye.
Well, let's put up these posters. You're that dude. Tell me anything about Sean.
Good evening.
Good evening.
I'm looking for a man named Sean Hampton. Can you help me?
The sad saint. Even when he was young, his faith and dedication were inspiring. A beacon even, if I may say so.
Interesting. But have you spoken to him recently?
I spoke with him about my missing son a few days ago. I've not seen him since he was attacked by some drunkard and left the vicinity.
Goodbye.
I'm perturbed that the side quest, or not even the side quest, but the... Oh! Oh! Okay. Werewolf. Ah, come on. How do I... Get over to there. Marina, you know anything?
You still working at this hour?
Miss Cavendish, would you be willing to help me locate Sean Hampton?
You better ask Tom, sir.
Why not answer me directly?
We respect the privacy of our customers here, sir. Only Tom can decide who to speak to and what he'll say to them.
Goodbye, Miss Cavendish.
Welcome back, Doctor. What can I do for you?
Tom, I need to find Sean Hampton as quickly as possible. I've been told you could help me.
I heard the sad saint was recovering at Pembroke Hospital. Did he leave or something?
I believe he returned to his flock. Can you confirm that?
Oh, I bet you're right. Sean can't help but worry about the poor and sick. Oh, I guess it has something to do with what happened to him as a baby.
Please, tell me.
Well, I don't like to gossip, but I heard that the sad saint was abandoned as a baby in front of a Catholic orphanage in Dublin. That would explain his faith and need to help everyone.
The important thing is I find him, quickly.
Why not try his night asylum? He takes care of those who need a meal or a roof there.
Where is it?
It's in an old warehouse, northwest of here. Just follow the bank to the west and go north when you reach the end of the pier.
Goodbye, Mr. Watts.
Been a while since we've seen any new faces round here.
Digby, do you know anybody? Or know anything, rather?
You.
Do you know where I can find Sean Hampton? I need to talk to him.
The sad saint. Why on earth do you want to talk to him?
He was one of my patients at the Pembroke Hospital.
Oh, yeah. I heard the poor bastard had been abducted by some cunt. You better ask Tom Watts. He knows Sean Hampton well.
Goodbye.
The sewer dog's fault, they say. Then the gangs, the epidemics, everyone's throwing the blame.
You're a creepy sociopath. What do you know?
Yeah.
Any chance you can help me find...
The sad saint. Why would you talk to that cunt?
Actually, that's confidential.
Really? Well, go ask someone else then.
Good. Evening, Ruth.
Evening, Mr. Rick.
Do you know a man who lives in this part of town? A man named Sean Hampton. I'm looking for him.
Sorry, sir. I don't know a lot of folks around here.
Well, I don't think you should talk to him.
Thanks for the tip. You might want to check...
So... Good evening.
I can't remember the last time. What can I...
I'm trying to locate Mr. Shaw.
You talking about the one everyone calls the
The very same, Miss Fishburne.
I'm sorry. I don't know where his shelter is.
Good.
Ah.
I'm not sure the epidemic is what worries.
Hoping to find more hints about him, because I'm sure that's gonna play a role into, like, his inevitable boss fight here. I should definitely eat some rats before I get any closer.
This is despicable.
Get back here!
I have this thirst for blood. I can't believe I'm doing this.
Hello?
Seems like the guard of Prewin is on Sean Hampton's trail too.
Seems like a new ish area. Pretty sure I haven't been this way before. I have not used guns in a while. Ah! Oh! Hey! I'm finally in the part of this place where I can speak to new people.
I'm the one what should be grateful, my dear boy.
Good evening.
Who are you?
I'm Dr. Reed. Do you need any help?
Rest assured, I will help you, sir. Martin Nightingale, at your service. Please, Take a look at my wares.
Ha! Your merchandise. I don't really see anything worth having. No offense.
None taken, sir. But please, I need to eat.
Let me be frank. You're as much of a businessman as I am a werewolf, right?
Who the hell are you to question me? It's hard enough to stay clean when you don't have a place to sleep. I'm doing my best here.
I meant no offense, Mr. Nightingale. I was merely pointing out the fact that you're unlikely to survive long if you continue wandering this path.
And what should I do then, sir? Should I join the Wet Boot Boys like so many others?
Yes.
No, thanks. I'd rather be a bad seller than a dead gang member.
What can you tell me about the neighborhood? Have you got any friends around these parts?
Not really. Miss Gillingham smiles and says kind words, but I know she's lost her marbles, especially since her son died.
Tell me about this crazy woman. Madness is often mistaken for other conditions.
The poor woman's mad, all right. Kind and all, but she has so much trouble remembering things. She's taken me for a son more than once.
How interesting. I don't suppose you know what happened to her son.
Jack. Rumor has it he tried to tackle some gang lads. I didn't know him well, but I heard he was a nice enough chap. His old ma still thinks he's around.
Why not try seeking help instead of peddling your wares? I'm sure there are people around here that would gladly help.
There's always the night asylum. I heard it's run by a very nice man, but I'm no beggar. Not yet, at least.
There is no shame in asking for help, my boy. Sometimes it can even be the best course of action.
I don't feel okay with that. I'm gonna make a name for myself, and I'll do it by myself.
I'm looking for Sean Hampton. Can you help me?
He's a caretaker for the poor, is he not?
Something like that, yes.
Sorry, I don't know where he is.
I found this watch. It belonged to Miss Gillingham, but I thought you might find it useful.
That makes sense. She would have forgotten about the watch by the next day.
If you say so.
Take this for your trouble, Dr. Reed. I will not forget your gesture, I swear.
Oh. Okay.
Show me what you have to...
Risk blood sample.
Are you certain you're not lost, sir? You seem quite a stranger to these parts.
Good evening, miss. I'm
I already took my...
I'm sorry. Your medication. Have we met before?
Don't tease me like that, Jack. Sorry, what?
I think I should come in, miss. I'd like to check if everything is okay, what with the epidemic spreading across London.
An epidemic, you say? How terrible. I had no idea. But where are my manners? Please do come in, Doctor. You are a doctor, yes?
You have a headache.
So...
I told you.
Of course I do. I remember my name too. Gillingham. But you may call me Enid, Doctor. I'm very happy to see you again.
Do you require...
I'm glad you asked, Dr. Tippett. I must confess I haven't felt that well of late.
I'll try my best. Here, take this. And please, try to get some rest.
Thank you, Doctor. Thank you very much.
I'm looking for a Sean Hampton. Do you know where I might find him?
Sean Hampton, you say? Oh, the name does seem vaguely familiar, but alas, I cannot recall from where.
What can you tell me about this part of town?
Oh, no. I don't gossip. That would be most unbecoming of a lady such as myself.
Is anyone taking care of you, Miss Gillingham?
My son is always here to take care of me. He's a good boy like that, but I do worry that he needs to start living his own life. I would never say that to him, of course.
Who are the more influential figures on the docks?
Well, I heard about some terrible illness going around. I would say in that case that it's you, Dr. Tippets.
Enid, have you really no idea what happened to your son? No idea at all?
I've not seen Jack for so long. I lose track of time. Has something bad happened to him?
Jack is dead, Miss Gillingham.
Of course he's not. I've seen him. Tonight, in fact. Ever the Joker, Dr. Tippets.
Ow.
Goodbye.
Well, let's ransack your house. See if I find any useful things.
It's locked.
I assume I can just get the key from her if I devour her. Unfinished letter, running it. Those your guns, and I'm writing this now. Is it true you killed him? I can't believe it. Why? What happened? I really need to talk to you. Please find a way to contact me. This message. Since I know you can be very cautious, and to prove this is not a trap, I'll whistle my name, Jack, in Morse code, and you'll whistle yours, okay? So you don't know it's really me. For now, the thing hiding, the weapon. Really?
Sir?
Good.
Someone knows something about him.
Please, sir. Come and have a gander.
I already had a gander. Alright, well, let's open up this door so I don't have to go through all that again every single time. Really? Nothing to analyze? I'm for sure I found something. Again, I'm just gonna sell that small junk. Sell all those. Dear Jack, strength as well. Not that I get all I want to tell you. I always knew you would become so important. Ow. Rodney. Medical voucher.
I know I've got something that'll strike your fancy.
Good evening.
There's no need.
Show me.
I have no use for any of these. Give me $200.
certain you're not lost, sir? You seem quite a stranger to these parts.
Good evening.
There's no need...
Good.
Are you certain you're not lost, sir? You seem quite a stranger to these parts.
Good.
Hate that I have to do that every single time.
So,
Tell me, Enid, why do you feel guilty about your son?
I know I'm a burden to my Jack. I know my mind and my thoughts are drifting away. I'm so sorry. I can't help it.
This is not your doing, Miss Gillingham. You do not have to apologize for your condition.
Of course I don't, Doctor. I've done nothing wrong, I swear it. What exactly are we talking about here?
Good.
Not everybody. No, there's still 2 people. It's gonna suck when I have to kill Sean and the health of this district fucking tanks. Of course, there's a shit ton of guys over this way.
Let's hit it!
Ooh. Ichabod Throgmorton near the East End docks. You'll probably see him patrolling the place at night, claiming he's... Man is a fraud, not even a real con man, for he does not charge anybody for the work. He clearly has no clue what he's talking about. If he ever approaches you for some joint hunt collaboration, refuse and let him go. In a leech fight, the man is nothing more than bait. Alright. That's coming from the guards of Prewin. Even they think he's bad. This is looping back around to here. All right. Winker Skull. Unlock that, and that gives me quick, easy access back to this area. Good old Dark Souls. Levels that loop back around. Hello.
What have we here? Lost your horse, Governor?
Good evening, miss. I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. May I have your attention for a minute?
Good evening, sir. My name is Giselle Paxton, but I don't have time for men like you.
Have we met before?
No, but I just need to look at your fancy clothes to know that you must be desperate to visit the docks at night.
That's quite judgmental of you.
Sir, I've led enough strikes when I had a job to identify you as an enemy of the working class.
May I ask what you do for a living?
I'm killing myself scraping for a living. And you? Have you ever had to struggle in your entire life?
As I told you, I'm a doctor. You have to work a lot to earn that title.
Oh, a doctor. Born with money in a nice house, were we? Was Daddy a banker or a doctor himself?
Why such hate?
I like her.
Are you judging me by my clothes and my job?
Course I am. Fuck, you're so blind. You don't even see your privilege. Lazy people like you disgust me.
I like her a lot.
What can you tell me about this vicinity?
Tell you what, just spend a few weeks here and then ask me that question again. If you're still alive, I mean.
If you have something to say, say it. I'm getting tired of all this.
Oh, you want information instead? Well, here's some for you. Giselle Paxton does not like you at all, Doctor.
You don't know me, Miss Paxton, and yet you see me as an enemy.
Your manners, your clothes, your words tell me everything about you, sir. I know your kind, and you don't belong here.
You're right. I have never suffered from poverty. But that doesn't mean I don't fight it and its consequences.
I really doubt you ever had to fight for anything in your life, Dr. Reed.
You speak of strikes and class enemy. Am I right to assume you're involved in trade union activism?
You bet I am. Well, I was. Nowadays, I'm just another worker blacklisted by the big companies.
You lost your job because of your beliefs.
Those bastards really hate a worker who refuses slave wages and unsafe conditions, especially when it's a woman.
Isn't the whole point of trade unions to help workers in need? Why don't they support you?
A few nights back, I lost the money my companions had asked me to hide. With me and my sister being penniless, they thought I stole it.
What really happened?
I drank too much that night. Strange men saw me count the money in that bar. Some sort of militia in uniform. I'm sure they robbed me.
I'm looking for Sean Hampton. Can you help me?
What is it you want? Does he owe you money? Has he displeased your Royal Highness? I'm no snitch, Mr. Fancy Pants.
Oh, I like you so much,
Well,
Giselle.
I'll leave you for now. Goodbye, Miss Paxton. Good evening, miss. I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. Can I help you?
A fancy doctor lurking at night by the docks? Not fishy at all.
And what about you? Working outside at night in this dangerous part of town.
You want to know my secret? I'm trying to earn money. And I'm Lottie Paxton, by the way.
Is it not dangerous to work here at night?
As long as I have good legs, I can run away from trouble. The sad saint now provides me and my sister a bed and a roof. I don't want to lose that.
Are you homeless, Miss Paxton?
Mr. Hampton's night asylum is our new home now. It's a safe place for me and my sister.
What can you tell me about the Sad Saint?
It's just the nickname of Sean Hampton, the sad saint of the East End. He gave me shelter, and he's not always sad.
What can you tell me about this place? How are things here?
It may be okay for a strong girl like me, but a dandy doctor from the city like yourself, you better watch your back, Mr. Reed.
You really think I should go back to a safer place, miss?
No, I think you had better stay and help as many people as you can. Just avoid the wet boot boys. Those bastards are worse than the epidemic.
Which local dangers must I avoid?
Well, the gangs, the thieves, the drunks, the jobless. A man with your fancy clothes will attract a lot of attention.
Well, I am not someone so easily intimidated.
Glad to hear that. And if you get into trouble, you can always seek help at Sean Hampton's shelter. No one would dare to be violent there.
I'm looking for Sean Hampton. Can you help me?
Mr. Hampton must be in his office at the night asylum he manages, I suppose. Why do you want to see him?
He was a patient of mine at the Pembroke Hospital, but he left abruptly.
I see. Well, Mr. Hampton is a discreet and dedicated man. I'm sure you'll find him soon enough.
Goodbye, Miss.
You're level 2. You're both level 2. There's Sean! Kind of a spoiler, but there he is. Didn't need to look too hard for him, huh? Let's see. Not the one I was tracking. Let's put up all these posters first. Or not. Kind of did that without thinking. I thought it was like... I thought... Okay, no, well, I'm dumb. I thought it was like... I thought it was like a glowing thing to indicate that that's where a poster's supposed to go, but I, whoops. Oh well. Enters the sewers somewhere. Let's just find Sean. Circle over. Newspaper. The bomb exploded, yeah. Alright.
It's locked, all right.
about the explosion from that one guy's side quest. Current letter. Miss Paxton, I recently heard that Hampton months money support. If keep on ask me and Wet Boot Boys come you and your sister. Ooh. Lottie. I'll answer some questions for me now.
Glad to...
Lottie, tell me about the Wet Boot Boys. I know they've threatened you.
Edwina Cox wanted me to provide her with information about Mr. Hampton's resources. I refused.
Is that not dangerous?
Fuck them and their lies. They claim they protect the interests of the neighborhood, but they are just greedy parasites like all the rest.
I respect your courage, Miss Paxton, and I hope life will never wear you down.
Dr. Reed, you know how to make a girl blush. I am glad you came to the docks, whatever your real reasons are.
Goodbye.
I hope Giselle will pull through.
I'd have thought that would bring me to where Sean was, but no. Is he above?
It's locked.
Oh, Sean! Are you? Dr. Acula would like to have a word. Very much nearby. I don't know how to get to him, though.
Right.
There's a way around going this way. Oh, this is where the blood trail leads. Hi, who? Ed. Unlocked. Alright. That doesn't really help me, but okay. Where the fuck am I going? Oh. I am wildly stupid. Sometimes I dice until I had it from drowning when he fell in the canal. There, I said it. Please, Lord, forgive me. I'm just a sinner. Dice may be the most frustrating case I've ever had to deal with. I hope. No night shelter and these. Yeah. Oh, there's more info on Dyson. Sean, I'll be more than happy to deal with you, but if you'll just let me... Sean?
Why the long face, Doctor?
Ah!
How dare you welcome me as if everything is the same? We both know things have changed a lot, don't we?
I'm still me in here, just more alive, as a Skal. It's a new beginning, Doctor.
Since you left Pembroke, the amount of blood that has been shed, it's hard to believe you, Sean.
Ask what you will. As the Lord is my shepherd, I will not speak a lie to you.
Aren't you afraid of what you've become?
We are blessed, Doctor. Can't you see it? The Lord has made us able to walk amongst the plague and aid those that need it.
Excuse me, too. Hey, Brian. Sorry, it was AFK for 2 seconds there. How are you today?
Do you think this is a blessing when God's own house and holy symbols repel you?
If that is your burden, Doctor, so be it. But I do not fear the cross, nor am I forced to take the life of another. My kind doesn't share your imperfections.
But you must drink blood now to survive.
No, not your scripture. Whoso eateth my flesh and drinketh my blood hath eternal life, and I will raise him up at the last day. So saith the Lord. I only need to eat flesh, no blood.
Why return here?
This is my home. These people are my flock. You will always find me where I am needed.
Oh, well, thank you for hosting me. I'm doing pretty good.
Wonders never cease. Scal managing an asylum.
And what of you? A vampire doctor? Meals laid out before you. Yet you restrain.
And what about William Bishop? He tried to take care of you. But this hunger, this thirst, cannot be restrained.
Alas, poor William. He had a good soul, but was weak in spirit. He could not shake the thirst for booze, never mind blood. But have faith. My will is far stronger than his.
I don't trust that for a second.
Why did you kill Miss Jones at the Pembroke Hospital?
Killed old Harriet? You must be mad, Doctor. Why would I do such a thing?
Her room was a bloodbath.
So you claim Miss Jones' death was not by your hand, nor the other incidents at Pembroke?
Though Harriet was an angry, spiteful woman, she was one of God's creatures. I have nothing but love for all he has made.
But you were close to her.
Of course. But she was lost, separated from the fold. She did not see the hand of the divine in my blessed condition.
Do I think there are more streamers or people that just watch? I think there's probably way more people that just watch.
People have been murdered. I've seen the blood. I don't believe you can be trusted.
Have a little faith.
There's like, there's not everybody with like a YouTube account uploads videos.
Take this key of the old sewers. The entrance is by
I think most people just like make an account
there
just
you'll find
to
all the proof you need.
watch and support their favorite streamers.
I will not look kindly on you if you're trying to trick me.
I'll be here when you return. If you still think I'm a threat then, well, I surrender myself to your judgment.
Well, I kind of missed what he was actually saying there. Is that Throgmorton?
I hope they'll all return to the
When did you get
Good
back?
evening, Mr. Throgmorton.
Dr. Reed, can I be...
I'm afraid your posters were destroyed.
It cost me good money to print those posters. Such a pity people don't take the vampire menace seriously.
Did you really think the posters would be useful?
See the sad saint of the East End? How a single man can help so many people? I consider myself the discreet protector of these men and women.
Tell me, Ichabod, why do you consider yourself the protector of Shornhampton Shelter?
He is a truly inspiring example. Dedicated, pious. His shelter is open to all, whoever they are. Most admirable.
You've never faced, let alone killed, a vampire, Ichabod. You're a fraud.
No, I'm not. I may embellish the truth concerning my achievements, but I'm totally dedicated to my quest.
You have courage, Mr. Throgmorton. Perhaps that is all one requires to face the demons.
Thank you, Dr. Reed. You'll see. One day I'll find and kill one of these monstrosities with my own 2 hands.
What? Damn it. Alright. Ah, that was the last hint. Son of a All right.
Goodbye.
Last time I'm ever complimentary towards somebody. Don't know why it still says to meet Swansea at the hospital. That was like a long ass time ago. Oh!
It's a killer!
Oh, they're fighting up there. You know, I don't quite trust Sean, considering his entire like area is crawling with both skulls and Priwen guards. I kind of don't think he's true to his word. Their name. We're gonna find the sewer dog finally.
I cannot enter.
Turn the side.
That doesn't work. So that's it. These wheels control the water level.
All right. Up any further? Close both of those. Good. Do that. Hey! I saw you. That thing appeared to have been empty. I better eat all these rats while
I have this.
while I have the opportunity.
This is
Rats!
I have this thirst for blood. It's locked, all right.
Whoa!
These maggots have escaped the wrath of Ascalon for too long. It is time to purge the sewers of their filth.
You again. The one they call the sewer dog.
Hold your tongue, newborn, or I'll crush you like a maggot.
You've let the beast consume you. Finally, a touch of lucidity.
Oh boy.
To respect the laws of Ascalon. Whilst you vanished, I'll slaughter these scalds while singing your name. The hand that crushes all. And thine shall be a fair skull to adorn my mantle. Dare challenge the dictates of Ascalon?
He wasn't so tough. So was he really the sewer dog?
It's locked.
I mean, I highly doubt it. Everybody talking about it said it looked like a woman.
At least one Skal escaped Fergal's wrath. The poor creature is bleeding to death. He cannot be far.
Bullets. Brews, shillings.
How could he have made it this far? There's blood everywhere.
Wait, isn't this... Yeah, this is... I've gone in a circle.
Safe we are, still. Drink now.
Hello.
This isn't the blood of a vampire.
The sewer
It will
skulls.
quench your thirst.
Hello.
This is our domain, not yours. You've been warned.
Wait, I saved you from this creature. That must count for something.
Thank you. Now go. Go back to the streets and houses. There is no love lost between us, Vampire. But thank you.
Sean Hampton sent me here. I believe he wanted me to find you. Who are you?
If you must know, they call me Old Bridget. And this shelter is where we live.
I'm Jonathan Reed. I'm a newborn Ekon. I'm afraid I'm not sure what's going on.
I shall not bend a knee, young Ekon. But I sense your pain. Ask, and I will afford you my attention.
Why was that creature after you?
Fergal, is the blunt instrument of the Ascalon Club. His masters would see us dead or turned into slaves if they had their way.
What the hell was that thing? He wasn't an Ekon or a Scow.
They are known as Volkod, an ancient offshoot of immortals. Blood drives them, enrages them.
What of this Ascalon Club?
Vampire society's elite in the Empire. They make the rules and enforce their judgment upon us whom they see as lessers.
So was it you that Sean Hampton sent me to find?
Perhaps. The sad saint was always kind to us. He must trust you if he revealed our location.
The guard of Prewan is hunting him. He is suspected of murder.
The Scars have always been hunted by humans and vampires alike. I teach them how to survive against the odds.
Sean killed a patient of mine. And that's just one of the murders he's being hunted for.
If you refer to Harriet, she is now among us and under our protection.
Harriet Jones is alive. That's it. That's the proof Sean wanted me to find. I must talk to her.
No. Harriet is not alive. But you can speak to her. I must warn you. She is fragile and may not receive you warmly.
I don't understand.
She is filled with bile and hate. Her mind is sharp as a tack, but her body is so weak. I've never seen its like before. She is resting in a room on the far right of this hideout.
Thank you. I will bear that in mind.
Eternal gratitude for your protection, Master.
An interesting development. I thought they were all mindless monsters. If we were to make direct parallels to Vampire the Masquerade here, I guess these are the Nosferatu of this universe.
How is London? I've not seen beyond these walls in such a long
Hey, Rodney.
Are you all right, sir? What are you doing here?
I could ask you the same question. Don't you know this is a quarantine zone?
I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. I'm investigating the epidemic. You had better get to a safe place while you still can.
Oh, really? Well, go investigate somewhere else and leave me be.
I beg your pardon?
I said go. Leave me alone, sir.
Rodney, you're the man who killed that gang member, are you not? Is that why you are hiding in this godforsaken place?
Yes, I did. I did not even know his name.
Then why did you kill him?
That arsehole always mocked me for the color of my skin. Usually I let it go. But not that night. We fought. He died.
Unfortunately, I have met several murderers during my lifetime. You don't look like them. I can tell you're no cold-blooded killer.
You're right, sir. At first it was just a simple argument between us. But the man had a bad fall.
Believe me, Rodney, you won't survive here long. No matter what you did, you must go back to where you used to live.
I'll go back to the docks then. But if I die, remember that the blood of Rodney Grader will be on your hands.
Okay. Alright, Harriet I have many questions for you. But first, let me loot all your valuables. Beacons, Law of the Whatevers.
Hello, Harriet. Do you recognize me?
Yes, you were from the Pembroke Hospital. The young doctor. So full of secrets.
I have so many questions.
Oh, you're all bloated and you're like Dorothy was.
I love questions. As for the answers, you may not like them.
Your room, the blood. What brought you to fake your death in such a gruesome fashion?
To see if I would be mourned.
Why flee with Sean Hampton?
Oh, it's always a pleasure to see a saint fall to sin. But the coward still won't kill.
All right.
Do you take pleasure in causing so much pain and sorrow?
Nobody gave a damn about me. Not a tear shed. Poor Harriet. Always the discarded.
Well, that's because you're a bitch.
How do you feel?
Sorry, if you want to be mourned, be nicer.
Can't move. My body's burning. I feel as if I'm dying over and over again.
Have you tried to eat or drink something?
People here tried to feed me, but I'm just not hungry. I don't have the strength.
Does the pain ever stop?
It is not pain I feel. It's like I can't stop feeling every inch of my body. But at the same time, each muscle and bone is the wrong place.
Why did you come here?
And why not? This is where I live now. Leave me be.
Will you respect old Bridget's wishes? Will you obey her?
Bridget is kind. She only needs to keep me fed and I'll be good.
So you desire to stay here?
Yes, I'm with my own kind. Birds of a feather, so to speak. Poor Harriet. Always alone.
I have a question of the utmost importance to ask. Will you answer?
Questions, questions, questions. The good doctor, always searching for answers.
Do you remember what you did after leaving the hospital? Did you kill anyone?
First, a question from me. You answer first.
Very well then. What do you want to know?
Are you like me? Are you also dead?
We are not dead, Harriet. Death no longer pertains to us. We are different.
I like what I am. I truly do. I relish the pain that courses through me.
I
Jesus.
know you fled the hospital with Sean Hampton. Did you or Sean kill anyone in your flight? Anyone? Try and remember.
I will not lie. I wanted blood, and I wanted revenge, and Sean pulled me from it, brought me here instead. But the shadows heard my prayers. The shadows killed that bastard.
Who was that man? The one murdered in the street?
Who?
He used to be my landlord. I lived here for many years before falling ill. Oh, he was an awful man. Disgusting and cruel. So cruel.
You sought vengeance by your own hand, and someone else obliged you. Very convenient. Don't lie to me.
I don't lie. I saw him near the docks, and rightly I wished him dead. And I am happy he is. It's true. But I didn't kill him. I was too tired.
Shadows? Tell me what you saw.
The shadows. They heard me and answered. Something in the deep darkness. Quick, deadly. It asked me if I wanted revenge. I answered, yes.
And these shadows, this presence, do you still hear it? Was it a vampire? Did Sean see it?
It spoke only to me, and now it is silent, but it is born of hatred. And it will kill again. And it hates you, Doctor.
Oh.
Oh, it hates you.
What makes you say that?
It whispered your name, Dr. Reed. It wanted to know who you were and where you went.
Questions about me? What did you say?
Nothing, Doctor. I said nothing. There was nothing it didn't already know. Oh, I'm tired now. Let me rest.
Have you found the answers you were looking for, young Ekon?
There is too much left unanswered. So many questions.
Get to know us. Spend time with us. And I may be willing to answer more questions.
Why do you live here? Amongst the filth and vermin?
Live. Here we hide.
What are you hiding from?
From the guilt, the shame, from the hunters and the light. And of course, our past.
Why don't you leave the city? Hide somewhere far from the Guard of Priwen, the Ascalon Club.
We are the Sewer Skulls. This is our domain. We have run as far as we can, and now we hide.
Your diction, your words. You do not carry yourself like most Skulls I've encountered.
True. I'm not like most Skulls.
You were once someone else. What happened to you?
It is as sad as it is long, young Ekon, but it will remain mine.
Can I be of service to you?
We ask but one thing. Reveal to no one our secrets. Do not betray us.
For how long have you been in hiding here?
Skulls have been hiding under London since vampires first entered the city.
Where did you hide before the sewers?
We claimed ancient tunnels, forgotten caverns, catacombs. We are Skulls, groveling beneath the feet of our makers.
What manner of creature is Harriet? She is different from everyone else.
I really don't know. I'm not even certain she is a Skull. I've no idea as to what blood made her.
What is a Skull, in fact, in your honest opinion?
The progeny of a vampire, disavowed by her maker. Perhaps a fruitless branch of a noble tree. A word used to enslave us. I cannot say.
You mentioned that vampire blood has tremendous potency. You believe it to be stronger than your own?
The vampire's sweet blood. That rich, dark wine that we crave. For it made us, and it can sustain us.
I thank you for your time, madam. I must go back to Hampton now.
Your kindness has been ample payment, Ekon. To protect us, I'll close the access to our hideout, but you can use our shortcut to reach Mr. Hampton's shelter. Just follow the arrows.
Thank you, old Bridget. I hope we'll meet again.
Okay. So Skull still had to pee, huh? That's an unfortunate for him. Did what's his name know he was living right next to a bunch of undead monstrosities?
Old Bridget says you are one to trust.
That's why his thing is so high. He's a vampire. That adds up. I can eat Delaney now.
It's locked.
Welcome back, Dr. Reed. Would you like to take communion with me now?
Uh-huh.
Sean, are you eating raw flesh?
It is the sacred flesh of the mortal lamb. Our Lord's bountiful transmutation for the sustenance of his believers.
Alright, you're still very much out of your goddamn mind.
I am your most humble servant.
So, true to your word, you waited for my return.
I told you, Dr. Reed, I was a man to be trusted. Did you have words with the poor Harriet?
You make no distinction between the living and the scars, do you?
We are God's children, Dr. Reed. One and all. And he's determined to save us.
Does this place belong to you? How can you be so certain you can keep it open?
This warehouse was once property of the Dawson family, but has been bequeathed me through donation.
The Dawsons? The wealthiest family in London? Have they a clue as to what goes on here?
Not at all. The donation was made before the war. The building was run down. I never met Aloysius Dawson myself.
Aloysius.
So you have the run of the place and no one's taken notice?
As long as we keep to ourselves, we interest no one. This is a haven, and I pray it remains so for eons to come.
What will be the result if you continue to assist both Skulls and the living?
For the last decade, that's what's been happening. And they found a better life. What's to change?
You're forgetting the epidemic. Things can go south very quickly. I've seen it.
Oh, these are terrible times. Only those pure of heart shall prevail.
You've turned Skull now. Don't you see the danger to anyone giving you their trust?
We are all sinners, awaiting salvation. This is a simple truth, ordained by the Lord Almighty. I am a seeker of his glorious light.
Harriet, Miss Jones has been behaving in a most violent manner. She's going to need special attention.
That's precisely the reason I brought her here. To meet old Bridget. She's the guide Harriet requires.
Who is this old Bridget?
I don't know, Doctor. She rarely speaks of her past, but I know she has a long one. She's likely the oldest soul in the city.
Harriet is possessed by her hatred. You cannot let her roam free. She's dangerous.
She has joined her own kind, Doctor. Old Bridget is a saint to the younger Skulls, guiding them to salvation and peaceful existence.
I believe I've learned all I need to know. I'm certain you've killed no one, but one day I believe you'll cross the line.
Logic is a false prophet. Faith is the only path to salvation.
What do you mean?
We have been blessed with God's eternity. We are the instruments of his divine will. We shall feed the hungry forever and ever. Amen.
I will strive to emulate your merciful nature, Sean, but it's a difficult pledge to make.
Give yourself over to God, Doctor. Expel your urges and kneel before the Lord in praise.
These urges. You know the hunger will never be satisfied.
I've come to embrace the everlasting craving. I have sworn to feed only upon the flesh of the dead. It is now my sacrament. Take, eat. This is my body. So saith the Lord.
I don't trust you. Turn! You sacrifice 500 XP in the process. You will heal through my blood. You can turn him full vampire. Alright. That actually might be really worth it. That's only 500 XP.
My discover is vampire blood would enhance your metabolism, perhaps even heal you. If what old Bridget says is true, I'll give you some of mine.
I'd rather not. It would be extremely awkward.
You have no choice, Sean. It's the only way to protect your cheptel, those still amongst the living.
No, Dr. Reed. God made me this way. Who am I to disobey his will?
You believe that God's plan was for you to be abandoned at birth?
The Lord works in mysterious ways.
I can't imagine God intended for you to be molested by a priest in an orphanage. Drink, friend.
No.
I said kneel and drink. Now.
Enough! Save some for later, Sean. I'll get you a baggie. Ooh! That's a new mesmerization level right there. What was that?
Another corpse thrown in the streets. Someone's playing a very sick game. I know this brooch. This is my mother's. A birthday gift from father. "29 Pretty Orchard Street. That's near Poplar's district. Why would this man carry off my mother's brooch? I must go there.
Interesting. A ways away. You see anything?
What do you want?
Did you see what just happened?
No, I didn't. And I don't care.
Why is that?
Because this sexist pig is one of the 4 men who blacklisted me.
Ah.
Good riddance, if you ask me.
Well, I'll leave you for now.
Glad to see you again, Mr. Reed.
Did you see what happened?
No. I was coming back to the shelter from work when I heard an awful scream, and there was this man, dead, just in front of the building.
You saw nothing at all?
No, I told you, just that awful woman's scream.
A woman's scream? Are you sure?
Of course. It was terrifying. I thought it was my sister, so I ran. But it was a man I've never seen round here before.
Goodbye, Miss Paxton.
All right. Throgmorton, have you seen anything?
Good evening, Mr. Throgmorton.
Dr. Reed, can I be of any assistance? Have you noticed anything suspicious lately?
Did you see what happened to him?
Actually, yes. He was thrown from the roof like a vulgar log.
Why is it that you sound so afraid?
You didn't see it. He was dead before he hit the ground. The strength required to do such a thing, well, it beggars belief.
Who could have done that?
Who? Well, a vampire, of course. Look, bite marks on the neck and lacerations here. There is definitely a vampire close by.
Goodbye.
All right, well, we just got mesmerization level 3, so you know what that means. We have so many people to eat now. All right, let's go snack on some of Seymour's delicious steamed hams. You. Did I find hints about you? I thought I did. No?
So
Alright, let's see, what do we got here? I presume he's gonna end up going missing. That might be a common thread here. Kinda don't care about maxing him out. Seymour!
Good evening, Mr. Fishburne.
You're dressed like Spike Spiegel. Alright, well, let's put an end to this right now. Your reign of terror is over. Whereas mine is just beginning. Come on, let's get you to a nice, quiet, secluded spot here. All right, let's do society a favor here. All right.
You tricked me good, Doctor. Tell me, who will take the blame for your murders now that I'm dead?
Oh, and I got a key. Now, will it open this door? No. So it must be for in the house.
Good evening, Miss.
Of course.
Should we go 2 for 2 and take care of the mom too?
What can I do?
Goodbye. It's locked, all right.
Locked?
Don't stay too long, sir.
I will stay for as long as I damn well please, woman. I was not hiding a murderer for years.
Last time I had a good sleep.
All of my murderers have been recent. And therefore do not count. Oh, Dyson!
Good evening, Mr. Delaney.
What? Ah.
true Sean Hampton saved your life?
Yep. The sad saint grabbed my soggy ass and brought me back to the pier after I fell into the canal. I was a wreck back then.
Your story is a sad one, Mr. Delaney.
Sean Hampton really acted like a saint that day. But I suppose I'm just another lost soul who doesn't deserve to be saved.
Goodbye.
Does Dyson really deserve to die? Sure, he murdered those two people that one time, and he's a drunk waste of space now, but his existence right now is punishment enough.
Welcome back.
Goodbye.
I should have offered a drink to the boy.
Let's rest up here. We have so many points to spend now. I've been loving this. This just does more damage, so yes, please. Funny for the next stage. It's fine. I don't ever use the spring thing. I don't think I'd ever... it's fine. Never use coagulation either. However, I do use claws a lot. Stun claws. Better bite. Bigger blood capacity. More blood from biting. Now we'll go for more health. The following night. If you've ever lived near the docks of East End, you must know who Sean Patrick Hampton is, and if not, you might have heard of him. His name is starting to spread throughout the entire capital. It sings is one of hope. Sean is a humble founder. Asylum. Blah, blah, blah. Sean came from a background of misery. Sean is sort of, feeling is dirty. His stature is awful. For a delicate soul, but there's hope and love there. Death toll has been low and stable for days. Alright, so turning him into a vampire in full was the smart move. Those two are sick now. Thankfully, Seymour is dead and buried and won't terrorize anybody ever again. I could eat Archer. Maxton's. I don't like Martin. He's kind of an asshole. Going well in the Pembroke. I've gotten the cold. Still in really killing evil vampire Dorothy Crane didn't fix things, huh? Ooh, I can talk to him now. Still haven't been there. At least things are stable at Pembroke now. All right. The plot has thickened in Vampyr. OBS here. Let me stop recording now. Goodbye, YouTube. Like, comment, and subscribe. Follow me on Twitch.